Hello, good morning. I had the slowest train ride I have ever had in my life. It was crazy. So that's why, well, that's not why, but that's why we're starting a little later. But that's fine. I'm sure you don't mind because you're watching live from Instagram from the comfort of your home. So honestly, it doesn't matter if I'm a little bit late. But yeah, no, it snowed yesterday. So everything is like so slow. Everything is like, it took me so long to get here. But we're here, we're fine, we're recording. Am I recording? Give me 1 second. I don't remember if I pressed the button. Yes, I did. It's recording. Okay, we're good. We're live. We're live. How you doing, you guys? We have a very interesting episode today, actually. So I'm very excited about it. Because we're gonna talk about like mental toughness, and I kind of want to talk a little bit about current news because there's a lot going on, and I feel like not mentioning what's going on is gonna be a little weird, right? Like there's a lot going on. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. Hi, hello. So we're gonna talk about that. You might get angry a little bit, but if you are, that's on you. But yeah, a little bit politics here and there, but just current news, just updates because it's very hard to ignore. And then we're gonna dive into just like this New York City life and how to be a creative here, how to be an artist without getting everything, like taking everything personally, because it gets rough. It gets like, um, it's hard, So yeah, so we talk about that, but I don't know if there's somebody after me at 10 because right now it's like 9:30, so we might have like a little bit time left. I don't know because I'm like all over the place and I'm like major late today, but it's fine. It's going to be okay, right? It's going to be fine. It's okay. You're here. So, yeah. So, let's start with the politics. And if you know me, you kind of know that I don't talk about it that often. About politics, but sometimes it's like too much to kind of like ignore. And first of all, let me acknowledge that February, I have no idea how to, February, yes, February is Black History Month. So we're celebrating this, which is awesome. And which kind of like, let's just dive right into that, right? So we all watched the Super Bowl. When was it? Sunday? Yes, on Sunday. So last week, the end of last week, we watched the Super Bowl, and it was nice and all, and it was cool. Weird game, I have to say, very weird game. But something that I wanted to talk about is that after the Super Bowl, there was like a crazy thing going on about how Kanye, dear Kanye, invested $8 million to do a commercial, to do an ad, like a few second ad for his website during the Super Bowl, right? Which doesn't seem like anything too bad, right? It seems harmless. But on his website later, we found out and discovered that the guy was promoting his Nazi t-shirt, which is crazy to me because I'm like, dude, just fucking chill already. But no, we have to yell that we hate the Jews. So he decided to promote his brand with this T-shirt on the website. I don't know if you saw it, but it's like a white T-shirt, pocket, and then the symbol right here in the middle. And when I saw it, like to me, and I'm Jewish, if you don't know, if you're not familiar with the concept of like me, but I'm Jewish. And to me, to see that, to me, it's laughable. To me, it's like, it's hilarious to me. I'll explain why. Because I think many people are not familiar with like what being a Nazi is, which, it's a very popular thing to believe that Nazis just killed Jews, right? This is like that was the main target. But many people don't know. Hi, hello, hi, welcome. But many people don't know that Nazi Germany was eliminating a lot of other people, a lot of other minorities which weren't Jews. So, and people don't know that. And to me, when Kanye is promoting this Nazi symbol, I'm like, are you kidding me? If you don't know who were on the list of Hitler when he was murdering millions of people, yeah, on the top of the list, of course, are dear Jews, right? But he targeted mentally ill people, disabled people, gypsies, Poles, black people as well, by the way. Kanye, you should know that. It wasn't the main of his target, but he was targeting minorities. He did not like mixed race marriages. He did not like black people in Germany. He did not like disabled people. He did not like the gypsies. So beyond the fact that, you need to educate yourself if you're going to promote heavily something so big, like, come on. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you completely forgot to understand what you're promoting. And the whole idea of Hitler was to make pure Germany. The Ari, like the white, blonde, blue-eyed German race. He did not want any interruptions on the way. So he eliminated all these minorities, all these groups. And people kind of forgot about that. People kind of think that, like, it's just Jews, and it's not. So to me, when I see Kanye promoting so heavily that he is a Nazi, I'm like, are you insane? Do you know he killed black people too? Like, so anyway, to me it's funny, and I thought that if you didn't know about that, that it's something that you like. Well, now you know. It wasn't just Jews. It was just all minorities. Oh, and completely forgot gay people, trans people. It's just like all minorities. He wanted the traditional quote unquote man and woman, white, blonde, pure quote unquote. That's what he wanted. Everything that did not stand there in this box, he eliminated. So yeah, a lot of people died a lot of black people died in the camps, a lot of other groups, a lot of minorities. So yeah, if you don't know, educate yourself. And if you can text Kanye and tell him to stop promoting this idiotic thing, that's probably something he should do. But yes, that's what I wanted to say. On the same note of Jews, I noticed that I haven't been talking a lot about it. It's something that I really, really don't mention often. I used to talk about it a lot, but then it kind of like affected my personal health. So I kind of like stepped away. I stopped watching the news. I'm updated of everything that's happening in my country, but I'm trying to kind of like take it easy on the news. But lately it's been very, very hard to not talk about it because, again, I'm aware of everything that's happening, but I'm not like mentioning it on my Instagram, on my YouTube, and like I've been a little bit like, I kind of like stepped away from it because it's heavy topics and it's like, it's very harsh to see. But lately, especially with the elections and everything that's happening, Israel is getting their hostages back. Just finally, after a year and a half, it's something that Trump was able to demand from them. And I heard like an interview with him that he was talking about that he put a condition for Hamas to return all the hostages to Israel until Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. And if they don't do that, he'll take measures. And some people, like, most of the comments that I read and saw, it's like people saying like, okay, cool, like, let's return the hostages. That's a good thing. But hi, I'm good. How are you? But I just wanted to like address the other group of people that like are complaining about like how dare he do that. And because essentially like his plan is to move all all Palestinians to like other countries, if I understand correctly, and to make something else, to do something else in Gaza, right? And so something that like maybe some of you are not familiar with, something that if you never lived in Israel, if you never visited Gaza, if you really don't know, um, Gaza is ruled by Hamas, which is a terrorist organization. They are declaring it openly that they are a terrorist organization. They're not freedom fighters. They're not a political party. They're not. They're straight on terrorists, which means that they kill people, right? Um, and Gaza is ruled by them. Hi, hello, Vic. How are you? Anyway, so to me, and there are people in Gaza, Palestinians, that do not want to be ruled by Hamas. They don't want that because it's a terrorist organization. So to me, yes, it's hard to be uprooted from your home. Yes, it's not an ideal situation for nobody, but essentially, if you are ruled by a terrorist organization and you get an offer and you get a suggestion of like, hey, we're going to move you to a country that's actually democratic, to a country that you can, have a normal life, that you don't need to educate your kids to, to war. You can live a normal life under a different government. To me, I think a lot of people that really are tired of Hamas, which they are, and many people don't talk about it because they're afraid to talk about it because they get killed. But I think for them, it's a very good solution. Now, I don't know what Trump is going to do with Gaza. None of my business. I have no idea. That's something that's like probably going to be mentioned later on. But I think this solution actually going to give Palestinians a normal life, a normal start, those who want it, And if you don't want it and you want to stay under the ruling of Hamas and like grow up in a terrorist country that uses you as a human shield in war, well, that's a whole different story, right? But I think what I'm trying to say is people are attacking Trump. A lot of people are attacking Trump, and it's like, oh, how do you do that? It's not your business, blah, 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 blah. And I think you need to, if you don't understand the topic, I think you need to educate yourself and understand what is really going on and who is Hamas and what they're doing in this in Gaza and what started the war. And what essentially Trump is doing right now is he releasing people from cages that they're being held in for more than a year now, for a year and a half. He's releasing hostages back to their homes, innocent people back to Israel. And if you think that this is not okay, if you somehow, in some way, disagree with that, that's a problem. Like, you have a problem as a human being. That's weird to me. Like, nobody should support that. That's inhuman. That's not normal. So yes, I'm praying for all the hostages to come back home. I just curious to see what Hamas decides to do. I don't think they're gonna play along. And if they don't play along, they kind of destroy. It kind of shows that they don't care about the citizens of Palestine, right? They just gonna start another war with America this time, which I do not recommend. But yeah, let's see what happens. But definitely educate yourself about the topic if you don't know much about it, because there's so much under the surface that many people don't know, that many don't talk about, that it's like unpopular. But yeah, there's a lot of information that we need to educate ourselves about. And this is my section of politics for today. Had to say it had to be done. And now I think it connects kind of in a way, like what I'm saying right now. But mental toughness is a thing, especially in a big city like New York, especially if you're an artist, entrepreneur, business owner, if you're trying to do something on your own. Step out of the box a little bit, show who you are. That can be challenging, especially in a city like New York, because people here don't have time for bullshit and they just gonna tell you to your face if you're wasting their time. And you need to kind of like understand that this is nothing personal, but at the same time it's part of the journey, so you kind of need to like learn how to deal with that, something that is not easy. For most people, I think, like if you grow up in this like nurturing environment where like your parents told you how amazing you are, you know, and you're like, yeah, I can do that, that's awesome, I'm the best, and you come to New York and you're like, shit. I am not ready for this. And this happens. And I think like whether you live in New York or in any other big city in the world, just big cities, if you know, small towns, they have like small communities, so you kind of like grow into those communities. They already like you, they support you, they're very supportive, they're very nice, they have more time to listen to you while you're like testing things out. New York, no. And I think one of the biggest reasons for that is that New York has variety of everything. It has variety of complete beginners that just came to explore something, and it has the pros, the people who move to New York with an established career, whatever it is, with an, you know, extended business, with like an idea that's already working for them and they're already known for it. And then it kind of creates a very big, not gap, but kind of like a very big, I guess, variety of all levels of people. So just knowing, just, I'm not going to follow you. No, just, what do you, just stop it. But I think, but like what's happening is that people have like, it's such a saturated city, like just overall it's a very saturated city, so people have everything. And when you have the pros right next to you and you're just starting out, obviously the people of New York are going to be like, why should we listen to you, why should we hire you, like give me a good reason to hire you and not this pro that I know already, that's been working here for years and has like a reputation and has everything, right? And that's a little hard. Why do we need to shove snow right here in the middle of my show, right next to the door? I have to get my own studio. I hope you don't hear it very much. I'll tune it out on the YouTube show, but I don't know if you hear it on the mic right here. But yeah, I think like that's, anyway, what I was saying is like that's kind of like the main reason. There is a lot of everything. And I think I see it. I'm a musician and a photographer, and I think I see it in both industries, because there is an insane amount of competition here. Not too bad. Okay, I'm glad it's not too bad. They finished, hopefully. Yeah, for now. But yeah, there's a big amount of competition. There's like so many people that are competing for your spot, whether you're anything. Like just go outside, look at like the variety of the shops, the businesses, the everything. There's so much of everything, and you kind of need to understand that you need to prove yourself, and you need to tell people this is why you come to me and not to somebody else. And I think yeah, I hope it will snow more. Although it slows down the city, I love it. So I hope it snows a little bit, because it looks so pretty. My photographer brain is like, yes, let's do this. But yeah, anyway, so where was I? I keep getting distracted. I just need more coffee. That's yes. So I think as a photographer, I deal with it a lot, because I see photographers that offer their services for $50, and I see photographers who work for $600 for the same hour, for example, right? And I'm like, it's very hard because obviously you're going to get more clients if you're going to lower your prices, right? If you're going to sell your services for cheap, you're going to get more clients. But first of all, those are not going to be quality clients. Those are going to be cheap clients that don't respect your profession, that don't respect you as a business owner. And you're not going to make money, right? And in a city like New York, you have to make money. You have to be able to live comfortably. And if you're making $50 an hour with an equipment that worth $4,000, you're losing money. You're selling yourself for nothing. Oh, okay, it's glitching. Okay, let me see. Yeah, for some reason, I might be not connected to the Wi-Fi for some reason. Let me check. Oh, no. Let me see. Password for Newtown Radio. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I don't know why I'm disconnected on this phone. One second, you guys. Let's see. I hope it will work. I don't even know if I'm... Oh yeah, it's working. Okay. Let's try to reconnect. Thanks for letting me know. Let me know if it works better now. I wasn't on the Wi-Fi, which is connected automatically usually, so I don't know what happened. But yeah, let me know if it's better. But anyway, if you missed a word or two, there's going to be a version on YouTube today, tomorrow, soon. There's going to be a full version on YouTube, which I hope is working because my camera is so like far back, so I don't even see if I'm focused. I hope I am. Oh God, I hope I am. Anyway, it's a radio. You don't have to see me. But anyway, continuing talking about that is like, I think you really need to be resilient to what's coming your way, because a lot of people are gonna tell you, oh, you're too expensive, oh, there's people are better than you, oh, I don't like your work, I don't like the products you sell, I don't... There are gonna be a lot of voices coming your way, negative and positive. And I think when you're moving to a big city to make yourself, to like make something of yourself, you need to be ready to receive this kind of criticism. But I think one of the major things is that you need to understand how to separate healthy criticism and just assholes talking to you. And I think that's like one of the hardest things to do, because especially if you're just starting out and you're kind of like insecure a little bit about what you're doing, you're very open to any type of criticism. And I mean, I'm talking for myself. I don't know how about you. Maybe you're like tough and rough and you don't care about anything. It's smooth. Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, and it's so for me, for example, and I'm still struggling with that, but look, kind of to try to understand where it's just a hater talking or if it's just like judgmental person who I don't need to listen to, and when it's like actually a valid opinion about somebody. Why there's so much noise outside? Oh my God. Jesus, they're like standing in front of the door and like, guys, I have to find a new studio. This is not working out. I'm struggling so much. But mental toughness. Meditation. But yeah, so I'm getting distracted so much. I hope you're following. I'm so confused at this point. There are so many things like happening at the same time that I'm like, But yeah, mental toughness is important. You're gonna get rejected many times. You're gonna have bad words. You're gonna have bad reviews. It's part of it. It's part of the journey. It's something that it will happen, and it's very hard to escape it. It's just it's part of the life of a artist, entrepreneur, whoever you are. And the reason I'm saying this, and the reason that I decided to do an episode about it, is because I'm struggling with it myself. It's very hard to separate sometimes when you, as a musician, you poured your heart out and you, thank you, boo. But you pour your heart out and you just kind of put yourself out there, and you're opening yourself up to all types of criticism, to all types of people, especially with the internet, especially with people are nowadays are just gonna say whatever they want. And yes, kind of like separating when do I need to listen to it and when it's just bullshit that I know it's not true. That's kind of like the hard part of being on your own, especially when you're like on your own without any partners or group or team of people that will like just kind of like pull you back up when you're down. It's like that can be a little tough. But I don't know if there's somebody after me here. Let me check actually if there is somebody after me on the schedule. Where are we? We are on Wednesday. Yes. Okay. So there is somebody after me. So I'm probably going to need to finish in like 10 minutes. Unfortunately, today is a little bit short. But regarding like the topic, there's something I wanted to read you a piece that I wrote that I wanted you to listen to, because I think it talks about that, especially if you're like an entrepreneur, if you're doing your own thing, if you're posting online, if you're working on something. I think it's something that you'll be interested to hear. So hopefully the guys outside won't interrupt me too much and you can hear me well. But let's do this. It's called Not Enough. Wait, sip of coffee. I'm gonna take my time with it. Okay. Not enough. Do you know the feeling of never being enough? I walked into so many rooms and immediately feel like a second-class citizen. People see me and make assumptions. She's pretty, so she's probably dumb. She has pink hair, so she's probably not serious. She's young, so she's probably inexperienced. And the sad thing is, I feel it too. I let their words get to me. I let them affect my self-esteem the way I see myself. At work, I'm often overlooked. People don't appreciate the effort I put in, the thought behind what I do. I feel disrespected. But am I really? Or is it just my own self-doubt reflecting back at me? Am I tripping again? Do other people's words hurt me because deep down I believe them too? Or are we just so thirsty for love, for validation, that we shape ourselves around their approval, questioning everything, doubting our own worth? Isn't it crazy how we trust other people's opinions more than our own? Why do we need someone else to tell us we're enough? Talented, beautiful, smart, capable, for it to feel real? Why do their words hold more weight than our own? And here's the irony. The people whose approval we crave don't necessarily know better than us. They messed up too. They make mistakes. They carry their own insecurities, the ones someone else placed on them years ago. Even the ones who criticize you, who look down on you, who make you feel small, deep down, they're not better than you. You know this. And yet, it still stings. Why? Because some part of you believes it too? Because they're confirming a fear you don't want to admit? When damn dude trash 987 leaves a got no talent, pure shit comment under my song that I poured my heart into, do I care because deep inside I'm afraid I'm not good enough? Otherwise, what reason do I have to listen and trust dumb dude trash 987's opinion? Do I need Mr. Dumb Dude Trash 987 to like me? Why the hell do I need that? I don't know the guy. I don't care. Do I? But maybe the real challenge isn't proving ourselves to them. Maybe it's learning to believe in ourselves first, without waiting for permission. Because how can we expect others to see our worth if it's not visible to us, the first source, the ones who know us best? Do you think it's possible to believe in yourself so much that dumb dude trash 987 becomes invisible to you? Just another blank spot in the comment section, a low life you feel sorry for, completely ignoring what they wrote, thanking them for boosting the algorithm with their constant trolling? Do you believe it's possible to understand that when you walk into a room and see people who think less of you, it's only an assumption, a toxic trail of your imagination, a reflection of your own thoughts and ideas that you've been making a reality because you've gotten used to it? Do you think it's possible to understand that when people do think poorly of you, it's not on you to fix? You can't make everyone love you. That's the one thing that's truly impossible in this life. And for a good reason. You can't, and you shouldn't, want to make everyone love you. You're not a puppy. And even puppies aren't everyone's cup of tea for some crazy reason. But that's just how it is. So can we just promise ourselves that instead of trying so hard to meet everyone's expectation and listening to every dumb thing someone has to say, we'll wake up every morning to do our absolute best with the tools we have? We love, we don't hate. We learn, we don't judge. We believe, we don't doubt. And that's enough. And that was me. Thank you guys for listening. This piece called Not Enough. And it's nowhere yet. It's not released. It's not published. It was made yesterday out of a draft I had from a few weeks ago or a few months ago. And it's going to be in my diaries book. So it's a second book that is a complementary to my album that I'm working on right now that's called also Diaries. It's a very personal album of mine. I'm mostly like doing it for myself, not for any like trending hit music or whatever. It's just me enjoying my own thoughts with the music, and I'm working on it now. So we still have one song to release before the album drops, so stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoy the piece. Let me know what you think in the comments, in the comment section down below, YouTube over there. Yeah, I think that was enough for today. I think I covered the majority of the things that I wanted to cover today. Thank you for those of you who tuned in. I know it was like an hour late, so I understand why not all of you were here. Totally understand. But this episode will be available on YouTube, and I'm gonna be here in, I believe, 2 weeks if everything goes right. And I think I will start looking for another studio for my podcast because the noise is here and it's a little bit rough and it kind of takes me out of it. And the headphones are not working, so I can't even hear the mix of what's happening. But yeah, I'll keep you updated. For now, I think we're going to stay here for a few more shows. And yeah, but let me know what you think about everything. I would be happy to hear your opinions as long as you stay respectful. And, you know, I'm mentally tough, but like you need to still respect other people. There's no reason to hate online, right? This is just dumb. If you, yeah, I agree. I should find a recording studio that has a podcast room. I actually have one, but I love the setup here with like the lights and the purple and everything. But I think it's becoming a little too hard to kind of navigate. And I think I used to, I don't know if like I used to bring guests to the show, but I haven't been bringing guests recently because everything here is like a little bit broken down and it doesn't even have a bathroom. So I'm thinking like if I'm bringing a guest, it makes it really hard to kind of like navigate the session if they need to like go to the restroom or like drink some water or do something like that. Like it doesn't have these options. So yeah, I think I'll work on something, but it's 10 and I need to go because somebody's gonna come any moment now and I don't want us to get interrupted. But thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna put some music now and let me see. I'm gonna put my own music because it's my show. So we're gonna hear Enigma again. Do you want to hear Enigma again? Let's play Enigma. Goodbye, everyone. With that religion, Russia on a glass woman.